Alright, Shalom. Before we start, I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Rakak Badash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS, known as Great Millstone, and Shalom to the whole elect. Alright, and today's lesson, or today's topic of the video, is gonna be get ready for a draft. Or, something around that. Get ready for a draft to come, get ready for a draft to, in the coming, we don't know when, but hey, they're talking about it, and hey, because we know that World War III is building up. All right, and you know, like I said in my last video, these evils are coming upon the earth. All right, but a lot of people, y'all still ignoring the signs, still ignoring the warnings that the men of the Lord are giving out that He set up. All right, the prophets, bishops, teachers, priests, out on the highways and hedges, giving this word, telling y'all what's about to come. And a lot of people still ignoring the signs, ignoring, not taking heed to the warnings. All right, but a draft is coming. Is going to come, because and it's gonna be men and women. All right, they might, it might be between the ages of 18 and 40, 45, one of those, right? So yeah, a lot of people are gonna be drafted to this war, and Lord willing, He keeps me out of that. you know. Excuse me, y'all. All right, so yeah, but Lord willing, the Lord, He keeps His elect, and Lord willing, we hope we are part of that number. All right, we hope He keeps us out of that. But to you scoffers, you mockers, those who don't do what the Lord is telling you to do, or don't follow the ways of the Lord, you're gonna be in that draft. All right, and if you don't go to the draft, then hey, you're gonna die of famine. All right, and I got this article. Of course, we got a few scriptures to go into. All right, I got this article, right. The elder, he went live I think it was a couple days ago. Yeah, it was a couple days ago. All right, he pulled his article up, and I read it myself. All right, it says, "Get ready. The U.S. military industrial complex is planning a military draft so Americans can fight the bankers' third World War." All right, and the bankers are the elites. All right, you're wicked people. All right, Esau Edom. All right, they don't want to send their own sons and daughters in that, so they want to get the American people to, you average Joe schmoes. All right, they gonna get those. You gonna get those people to fight the war. All right. That's a lot, yeah, y'all. Yeah. So let's read that again. Get ready. The U.S. military industrial complex is planning a military draft so Americans can fight the bankers' third World War. All right, and this came out the third. What's today? The 5th. So 2 days ago. Yeah. All right. So we gonna read all of this. I'm read some of it. I'm gonna give y'all the link so y'all can read it. All right, but this says the bankers have once again screwed the pooch financially, meaning another world war is soon on the way. The trillions they have stolen from society via their money printing press, the corrupt stock market, and aid to Ukraine means the economy system is once again on the verge of a collapse, which always mean war is soon to come as cover. All right, and we see that happening to this society. This American society is on the verge of falling, which is beautiful. All right, I mean, we can't wait for that to happen. I can't wait for that to happen. If you're not, you know if you're not in that spirit, if you're in the spirit of you don't want this place to fall, right, you're in the wrong spirit, man. It doesn't make you happy that the Lord is not, well, yeah, the Lord is driving this economy into the ground. Hey, you're in the wrong spirit. You need to check yourself. All right, check yourself. All right, examine, because I'm excited, and I'm pretty sure the rest of the brothers who are in this truth, in this thing, right, we're excited. All right, we can't wait to see these things happen. Woo, excuse me, y'all. But let's keep reading. It says both major political parties, blue and red, the Democrats and Republicans, have become pro-war because war is the pillar of American society. Without endless violence and bloodshed, all that prosperity would cease to exist. War is a racket, stated. Uh, War is a racket, stated Smedley D. Butler back in 1935. After fighting in four major conflicts. All right, so he gives us back thing on that. Let's drop down. This is the bankers won't stop until they've taken over the world, and they'll murder your children if necessary in order to do it. And that's the ultimate goal. They want to establish that new world order. All right, they want to have control over the whole world, right? And that's not going to happen because they're going to think it's going to get to a point where they think they're getting comfortable, right? They're going to establish the mark of the beast, and then boom, the Lord is going to hit them, right? The Lord Yahweh Shai and Yahweh, they're going to hit them, This I want to drop down to a point. Like I said, I'll give y'all the link so y'all can read the whole article. But I want to start. Let's just read these two right here, and then we'll drop down. It says, "What is a true? While it is true that some 2.1 million people are currently employed by the U.S. defense industry in some way, shape, or form, many soldiers, if you can even call them that, are too fat, too transgender, and ultimately too weak to get the job done." And that's very true. Very true. All right. And ultimately, people don't want to fight for America anymore. People don't care about America, really. Well, in a way, they don't care about the military, but, they want to establish a life here, right? They love Babylon. Y'all got that. Y'all drinking that Babylon juice, getting caught up in these philosophies, these religions, these different things that they got going on, right? Y'all getting caught up in that. So, they don't want to fight for the military, but they rather, establish a life here, want to be rich, right? Chase the bag. But that's all going to come to, an end. Those going to send those missiles. So you're going to build all that up for no reason, So if you want to do that, continue. But, hey, if I were you, repent, man. You should repent and turn to the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shah. And, you'll get that, what you want on earth in the kingdom, He'll bless you with many, many gifts, many rewards. If you do this, do what he says. You just can't repent, and then not do anything. No, you have to do some work. You want to work in this thing, right? Like the elder Apostle Tahar says, when you come in this truth, well, they're in GMS. They say, no, I'm not in GMS. They say you gonna have to work though. But that's the same thing when you come in this truth though. When you come in this truth, you gotta work, right? And that's not maybe everybody's lot, but you gotta do something. You gonna have to at least go in the highways and hedges, at least make a video, right? Tell your people of what's coming, right? You gotta do something, man. You just can't be less sitting on your behind and saying, "Oh yeah, I'm an Israelite," taking notes. Yeah, you take notes and stuff, but graduate from that. Make videos. Graduate from that. Go in the highways and hedges. At least make an attempt to, But it says the military industrial complex boasts some 1.37 million uniformed personnel, 849,000 reserves. There are also 750 U.S. military bases in more than 180 countries outside of the U.S., including more than 100,000 U.S. military personnel who are stationed in Europe alone. All right, let's just drop down here. Excuse me. And we're just gonna read Slovakia. We're gonna read let's read it. It says the problem in Ukraine specifically is that actor and stripper Vladimir Zelensky is running out of Ukrainian men and women to send into the shredder, which is the war. And since U.S. politicians are beholden to his every demand, it could very soon get ugly once Zelensky runs out of Ukrainians to exploit in the war. They had literally been grabbing men off the streets and throwing them into vans. Reports, end of American dream. But we didn't care because it wasn't our sons that were being forced to go to war. Right. These people don't care that, that they're going to war. The American people wanted Ukraine to go to war, right? But now they say that they losing. Now it's getting, people getting scared. You know, and you should be. Because you could be going to war, right? A lot of y'all gonna be going to war. A lot of you men, you women, between the ages of 18 and 40, right? Y'all going to war, man. And that's a punishment for you. And then you're not gonna make it out alive. And if you don't go to war, let's say you do go and you do make it out, you're going to come back, and it's gonna be a famine. And if you survive that, the Lord's gonna destroy you. You know, but with the chariots and the nuclear missiles. All right, so you going down regardless if you don't repent. If you repent, you turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushua, and do the right thing. He may have mercy on you. All right, but that's not gonna happen. But continue to read. It says many Americans cheered when the Ukrainians began their ill-fated counteroffensive, but it turned out to be a disaster. Right? They would, many Americans wanted this thing to happen. They wanted to see this come to pass, but now it's looking like, hey, a lot of y'all may be going over there to fight for them. Continue to read. It says the truth seems to be that Russia is winning the war, no matter how much money and bodies Ukraine and the U.S. are throwing at it. What will happen? What will happen once they run out of Slovakia? What will happen once they run out of willing and able bodies? Recruitment has been down in recent years, but our leaders desperately want to win this war with Russia, and they also want to be ready. They also want to be ready to fight a war with China over Taiwan. And so the stage is being set to drive young American boys and young American girls into military service. All right. So that's what's gonna happen. All right, they're ready to draft y'all. All right, and that's gonna come to pass. It's gonna happen. Let's start with let's get a few scriptures. Whoops, Slovakia. Let's go to Isaiah. It's Isaiah 9:5. It says, For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. But this shall be with burning and fire and fuel of fire, right? And ultimately that's what's gonna happen. It's gonna lead to a nuclear, that's gonna lead to, America getting destroyed. But hey, a lot of wars usually are combat wars. But this is gonna lead to a nuclear war. All right, America, they're gonna show off their missiles on America. That's gonna be a lot of missiles. 200,000, that's 200 million missiles hitting America. All right, and of course America's gonna shoot off missiles to a certain parts of the different countries. But Israel ultimately is gonna get hit as well, and maybe some parts of Russia. Whatever the Lord wants to, hit. So, hey, that's ultimately what's gonna happen. All right, let's get another one. Let's get Revelation. What was that noise? 11 and 14. It says, the second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Right. The second woe is past, and the third woe cometh quickly. The second woe was World War II, and that third woe is World War III. So that's what's coming. And I believe. Let's see. No. First and second. Well. It's another one in here. It's a Revelation. It's probably. Let me see. Hold on. Revelation. Right here it is. Revelation 9 and 12. One woe is past, and behold, there come two woes more after. So the World War One, that came and went, and we go over here. The second woe was past, and behold, the third woe coming quickly. World War One and Two passed already. Now they're getting ready for World War Three. All right, and a lot, like I said in the article, they're getting ready to draft a lot of you young boys, a lot of young men and young women. All right, and y'all gonna be over there fighting for y'all life. Y'all not gonna make it out, you know. So now let's get Isaiah. Let's go to Isaiah real quick. Isaiah 3. And this is if you read, it says Judah's women denounce. So this is going to how it's going to be in these last days for certain women. All right. If you read this chapter, Judah's women denounce. So Isaiah 3:16 all the way down. This is going to what's going to happen to you women in these last days, and you should go read that. All right, because you women, hey, some of it's already happening. You women are, let's get one, just one of them. Where is it at? Isaiah 3:17. Therefore the Lord will smite with a scab the crown of the head of the daughters of Zion, and the Lord will discover their secret parts. So y'all already going bald, you don't have hair on y'all heads, right? So it's already happened to some of y'all, right? And we see that happening. But this is going to, in these end days, it's going to get a lot worse for y'all. So you women who want to, y'all women don't fear the Lord, but that's a whole nother lesson. All right. This is Isaiah 3:25. Thy men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war, and her gates shall lament and mourn, and she being desolate shall sit upon the ground. Right. The men shall fall by the sword, and thy mighty in the war. But so that's gonna be a shortage of men in these last days. All right, that's why in the next chapter there's gonna be. That's why I said 7 women are gonna take hold of one man. All right, that one man is the men of the Lord. All right, so that's what y'all gonna be seeking for in these last days. So all your drug dealers, scammers, right, hood guys, they're all going in that war, and some of you women are gonna be going with them. All right. Now let's lastly get 2nd Esdras 16:33. It says, "The virgins shall mourn, having no bridegrooms. The women shall mourn, having no husbands. The daughters shall mourn, having no helpers. Why? In the wars shall their bridegrooms be destroyed, and their husbands shall perish of famine." Right. Like I said, a lot of y'all gonna go in that war, and if you do, if that's a big if you do make it back, you're gonna die. You're gonna die of famine. Even if you go over there, cause if you go over there, you're gonna die anyway. Cause there's a it's not likely you're gonna come back alive. All right. And the ones who don't go, you're gonna die of famine. There's gonna be a shortage of food and water. So what are you gonna do? Right. Hearing all these things and understand them, ye servants of the Lord. All right. Let's get that in the GNT. They will close. Second Esdras 16:33. All right. It says, young women will be mourning because there is no one to marry them. Wives will be in mourning because they have lost their husbands. Daughters will be in mourning because there is no one to help them. All the young men will be killed in the war, and all the married men will die in the famine. Simple as that. So let's let this truck go by real quick. All right, that's simple as that. That's how things are gonna play out. So hey, it's coming, man. The U.S. military's industrial complex is planning on a military draft. All right, that military draft is gonna come to pass. All right, so hey, you better repent while you can if you don't want to be a part of that. So I hope this lesson is edifying to whoever views it. I'm gonna give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS on this great millstone. Peace and salutations to the whole elect. All right. Shalom on to the next video.